Alright, testing audio. Seems to work. Hello everyone who's joining the live stream. It's my first one in a long time during the daytime, and that's because I am live streaming from a telescope connected in South Africa. So they're about 6 hours ahead of us now. It's 8:12 p.m. there. It's 2:12 p.m. where I am in the East Coast in the United States. And we are looking at some stuff in the sky. So right now, this is actually a 15-second exposure of something called the Bean Nebula and the Large Magellanic Cloud. This was during the autofocus sequence. So right now it is taking a 10-minute exposure. We're about halfway done. So we're taking 10-minute exposures here. So this is a Bortle 8 sky, and we're using a dual narrowband filter. I'm also live stacking, so we'll hopefully see some of that pop up here. And how I have this set up is that it will take one exposure of these different objects and then move on to something else, because I only have an hour while my son naps. So this is a nap time live stream. As always, happy to take questions. This is people may be at work, especially those in the Western Hemisphere. For those who haven't yet checked out my video on our experience in the Southern Hemisphere, I'll link to that in the chat. I shall also put it in the description so people know about it. Okay, cool. Hey, Blue Pays. It's a day off. Oh, that's cool. I worked half a day today. So I'm on my second half of the day where I usually watch my son, but he is napping. Yeah, so I have probably less than an hour. Hey, Dave. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know you usually miss my live streams. I go online like at midnight my time. Then I'll pull up the Bean Nebula in the framing wizard. Maybe we can take a look at it here. Bean. No, it's not gonna work. Hold on. Yep, there it is. There's so much stuff in space right here. Oh, it's about as zoomed as I can get. It's nope, I can't. It's just slow. The internet there. I'm just screen sharing. It's just pretty slow. So far, 8 people voted, and all 8 people are from the Northern Hemisphere. 9 votes from the Northern Hemisphere. I am also in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay. Yeah, we got about a minute left, so we should start seeing something pop up here, as well as in the live stack window here. Which sky survey is that? It's in. It's technically the HIPS 2 fits sky survey, but it's saved as in offline mode. Just loads a lot faster, especially when you're in a place like this remote observatory where the internet is super slow. Can you see that in Stellarium? I think you can see something in Stellarium. You can enable other surveys in Stellarium and see something cool. I'm also running Stellarium. I'm running, I think, too many things. My computer's being slow. It's gonna come in. Just waiting for it to save. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is one exposure. Much better HFR. The first image, it was actually out of focus because the focuser didn't run properly. Did I try imaging? No, Caspar Nebula is coming up now, so it's in my plan for April. So cat's paw and the lobster claw, so that's in my plan. Oh, okay. So clouds came in. So we got one image, and then here's a cloud you can see in PhD2. So that should be fun. And if you look at the live stack is not going to have anything more than what we see here. I'm just going to delete the individual colors. Blue clouds indeed. Yeah, I mean, you called it. I mean, I got one image still, I guess. It is trying to do another exposure here, but it's not going to go well. I'll let it keep going here instead of going to the next target, which is what my plan was. So you've been Blue Pays. You've been thinking about getting a remote telescope. Yeah, I mean it's. I always wanted to, and then we just like jumped in it. It happened pretty quickly. Thanks to Dave here. He's the one who did the research on the first contact, and I'm addicted to Bordeaux 1 skies and Southern Hemisphere skies. So definitely want to continue doing this. Our Lady of Holy Death. Yeah, you were checking HPS like the March batch. Can I get here any faster? Yeah. High Point Scientific. Yeah. Hopefully you get it soon. That's the S30 Pro, right? That you're trying to get. Eek. Clouds. Okay. Well, I can tell you this frame, the second frame coming in is not going to look good. But let's see what else I can show you. I can show you what else is in our plan for tonight. I mean, a Carina Nebula was in the plan. Oh, it is so bright. And then we have the Gabriela Mistral Nebula here, right here, which is the Cosmic Cliffs from JWST. So I'm really looking forward to processing this. Oh yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed for April for you. Hey, it's clearing up a little bit. We found our guide star. Cool. So I'll let it do one more exposure on this, and then I'll switch it over to the next target, which is going to be, if this is accurate, it'll be the Carina Nebula. Look at that. And I had it at 2. I'm gonna set this to 1. Anyone in the chat going to NEAF or NEAC? Yeah, it's in frame for our Carina Nebula, but I you know how much I've been loving mosaics, so I actually did another one where this is centered, and then we get this and this nebula here, RCW49, this whole area. So it's not loading here, but yeah, there's some nice nebulosity here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like this whole area. So it's gonna be another 2-panel mosaic. So we're expanding this area in dual narrowband, and I'm doing 2-hour batches, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, I see. Yeah, lots of sea stars at the star front. Hell, I'll take one. That's probably the cheapest way to get a remote set up. But I really like what we have here. All right, looks like clouds cleared up. Kinda. It's still a little bit hazy, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I know. I wish I could send my 120 Apo, get super close to the cosmic cliffs. Yeah, but something like that Rasa that they're bringing up at KKRO would also be super cool. When I do these tour live streams at home, since I live in Portal 8, each exposure is usually 60 seconds. For dual narrowband, I'll do 5 minutes. Like waiting 10 minutes for an exposure is such a long time. knowing that actually this frame is actually not going to be good because there was 2 minutes of clouds. So I wonder if I should just cut my losses and just let it go to the next one. Yeah, I might do that. Actually, I'm going to do that because I don't have a lot of time left on this stream. So I'm going to stop it and I'm going to press start, and it's going to go to the next one because I turned our current sequence off. There we go. Yeah, so if I look at the sequencer here, there's a delay in any action I take. It's kind of it throws me off. I thought I'd get used to it, but I don't. Yeah, so we're going to the Carina Nebula next. That one will be interesting. And we can see the plate solve images come in here as soon as it's done slewing. Look at that. It's a little bit off center, so it'll re-slew. Yeah, it's about 8 arc minutes off. But here's the cosmic cliffs. Can I zoom in? Yeah, can you see that? It's really hard to see in a 10-second exposure, but yeah, the cosmic cliffs is right here. Slew. Yeah, 10-second at gain 140 helps, so the dynamic range is pretty low. And after it's done a 10-minute exposure, it's going to look magnificent. Yeah, so in the guide scope, here's the center of the Carina Nebula. It's interesting. There you go. Exposure has started. When I made this sequence for the Southern Hemisphere tour, I added an hour of exposures. I totally did not think about slewing and plate solving and guiding. So we're probably going to get to only 9 at most. Sorry, 5 at most before I have to go. But this is fun. KKRO fixed their internet pretty recently, so kudos to them. I should do a video on how to rent and set up a remote telescope session. Yeah, maybe. This was like super simple. So the observatory we're renting from the Kagakama remote observatory, they set everything up for us and gave us the Google desktop remote desktop code to log into. So I mean, they did the polar alignment, they did all the hardware hookup, and I just connect and let it do its thing. What I will actually show in the future is how to set up like a super advanced sequence so you can automate all of your runs. I'm giving this as a presentation at NEAC in a couple of weeks, where I'll go over all of this and how the remote imaging is going from across the world. So I'll do that. That I can do. But when it comes to setting up from scratch, that's going to be a little bit hard for me to show since I haven't done it and I won't do it. Maybe one day I'll just fly with my rig down to Starfront or something and set it up myself. I can record that. Yeah, the whole renting part has been super easy. It's super hands off, I would say. But it does help to know Nina and how to set up the sequences. So our rig is mostly automatic. I'm still waiting for roof status. Hey, I just noticed somebody voted that they're from the Southern Hemisphere. Sweet. Yeah. Logging in every day, starting a planned run. Honestly, like I've been like obsessed with this anyway, so I probably could do that. But it's been really fun, actually, just putting all the stuff I've known in my head to practice. Because my sequences at home are pretty complex, but there's so much that I can't do with like a 10-degree view of the sky. With this, I can just let it rip, and it's been super nice. I recently tried out my friend Jesse's remote observatory or remote telescope in Starfront, where he uses the ASI Air. Have to go in and do the plan every day, and I've only had time to do it once so far. But yeah, if I were to like send my gear somewhere, it definitely has to be like a Nina setup, or Sequence Generator Pro is also really good. I've only done a trial version of it or a demo version of it at one point, but Sequence Generator Pro is also pretty flexible. I'll also flash the observatory camera here. So this telescope here is the one we're controlling. It's a SQA 85. Those are clouds. I'm trying to keep an eye on like which way these are moving. I wanted to have a better view of the sky. Another camera. But we're shooting this way, towards us. And I think this is the Rasa that they recently set up. Anyone have any weekend plans? I'm hoping to go to the museum with my wife and son tomorrow, meeting up with a couple of friends. Just more nerdy things in this house. I will say I really like the guiding of this whole setup. Most of the time it's at like half an arc second. Makes me want to buy the Umi 20S, which is from Proxy Sky. Ah, sweet, nice. Yeah, that's gonna be a good use of time this weekend. I want to do that too. I haven't processed anything other than Tarantula and Statue of Liberty. I mean, sleeping in is great. I wish I can sleep in more often. I get to do it one weekend day a week. Anyways, while we're just waiting another 20 seconds for that to come in, here's the Cosmic Cliffs. This is a 10-second exposure from our last narrowband session. And it's upside down, but you can kind of see like the bump here. I think it'll look better once stacked. We have about 9 hours of data on this in dual narrowband. Grocery shopping is plans. I think we gotta go grocery shopping too. We have a almost 3-year-old and he eats so much food. Mostly berries. So we have to always go and restock up on berries. All right, image coming in. Boom, look at that. 10-second exposure, 10-minute exposure. Yeah. So now it's actually going to the next item on the list. Since I set this to only take one image because we're doing a tour. I don't know what it's looking at. We'll find out. But Cosmic Cliffs, look at that. Yeah, see this little like notch here, whatever it's called, little bump here. This is the cliffs. Yeah, it is pointing to Statue of Liberty. Pretty sure it's the Statue of Liberty. Let me. Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I'm getting better recognizing subs, like short subs from down under. Also, for people tuning in, like just what's on the screen isn't just what's available. So, if anyone has other questions or want to see something else, I am happy to pull it up. Alrighty, it's gonna be a 10-minute exposure of Statue of Liberty. Let's zoom in. It's here. It's hard to see in a 10-second exposure. It's definitely not like the Carina Nebula, which if you look here, so this is the bean. Get rid of that. And this is the Carina Nebula. This is live stack. I don't know why I'm doing live stack. It's just like save this because we're only doing one exposure per. There's so much. This thing is so bright that there's lots of actually clipped data. So like stuff here, you see the little splotches. It's just clipped just from the live stack algorithm. You can see about 5,700 pixels are clipped just because of how bright things are in this nebula. Let's see, and I think this right here is Eta Carinae. I forgot what it was, like the homonucleus of Eta Carinae. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Yep, there it is. See, can you see this? Homunculus, not homonucleus, homunculus. That's the word I was trying to think of. That's really cool for a 85 millimeter f4.8, f4.6 telescope, f4 point something. I don't remember. But this star is going to go supernova or hypernova one day, and the southern hemisphere is going to get an amazing view. Yeah, 5 million times brighter than the sun. Yeah, it's insane. It's also 100 times the mass of the sun, so it's going to go hypernova. Supernova, hypernova. There's some like technical differences between them. It's not massive enough that it will just disappear into a black hole. There's some super massive, extra large stars that have so much mass that when they die, they just collapse into a black hole. Look at that. Cool. Look at that. If you're below 30 degrees north, you can kind of see it. And this is like directly overhead from where the observatory is. Oh, that would be sweet. I hope it does happen when we're renting it. And then followed by an explosion in Betelgeuse. How do I show the clip data layer? It's just doing it on automatically in the live stack plugin here. There you go. There's also some controls here. I don't know if these do anything. Yeah, they sometimes do something, but not with the clipped pixels here. Oh, it does do something, but what the heck did I do? Reset. Yeah, it's just so slow. I'm gonna try this again. Green black clipping. I'm gonna bring it down. I guess I gotta get out of it. Looks like M17 the Swan Nebula. It does, but it's so much cooler. It's the Carina Nebula. I clearly don't know what I'm doing with this. Yeah, and I was showing that it has the homunculus Eta Carinae here, which is this big thing. This thing is here. Super cool. We were hoping it goes supernova while we're renting this rig. What's the bottom right nebula? This thing here? This is the Gabriela Mistral Nebula, which is the cosmic cliffs. It's hard to see in this, but if I go back here, I'm not going to be able to do that. Can I? Yeah, let's look at it here in a single exposure. It's where the cosmic cliffs is. It's called Gabriela Mistral. There it is. Yeah, see? You see the bump? This area. So Dave is going to process this, and we're going to compare this to JWST. And I was saying earlier, I've planned where we are actually going to center on Gabriela Mistral, and then I'm going to get some more of the other nebulosity here. There's some really nice nebulosity in that area. So the SMC is already too low in the horizon. We have a limit of 25 degrees above the horizon for us to image it, so it's not going to point it to SMC at all. We looked at the B Nebula here. I should just do this here. Yeah, so this is in the Large Magellanic Cloud. So I have another couple of frames that'll be on the Large Magellanic Cloud soon. So how I have today's live stream tour set up is that it's going to take one exposure per frame, and there's 6 of them. So I'm spending a little bit of time in the LMC and a little bit of time in the Milky Way. And the time limit is because my son is napping, so I want to be off of here before he wakes up. Yeah, this is the northeast, so I actually have Stellarium open so I can show you. Yeah, so this is the LMC. You can see SMC is pretty low. We have 47 Tucani, 75 Tucani, and the B Nebula is right here, this area here. I wonder. Yeah, you can kind of see it in this survey, whatever I have installed. H alpha. There's some nice continuum subtractions here. Yeah, it just looks not great. There's some good southern hemisphere ones. I'm still researching on which surveys are good for the southern hemisphere. We'll find that later. All right, so this did Statue of Liberty, still saving, and now it's switching to the next target, which I will try and guess. Yeah, look at that. Here's Statue of Liberty in RGB. here's the head, here's the arm sticking out that way. Yeah, the different survey view. Yeah, but I really like. Uh-oh. Looking at the telescope, it's pointing at a wall. So hold on a second, hold on a second. It's trying to get fighting dragons. Fighting dragons is low. Okay, so I think what I need to do is I need to turn that off and turn off fighting dragons. Don't. Oh, I didn't set up a minimum altitude. No wonder. No wonder. That's my fault. Okay, it's going back to the bean. Why? I don't know why it's going back to the bean, but I'll let it, and then we'll have two stacked images of the Bean Nebula. Oh, that's because this was from another project. Never mind. So yeah, it's okay. So we can do that. Sorry, wasn't paying attention to chat. Let's see what mount they're using. They're using the UMI 20S from Proxy Sky. It's this is a telescope we're controlling here. It's pretty nice. I really like this mount. It has some really nice guiding when it's clear. I do see. Yeah, I think these clouds are coming this way, which is a shame. It's a Proxy Sky. All right. So what I did was I turned off the Bean Nebula because it had issues plate solving for some reason. Could be clouds. Could be something else. Probably clouds. So I'm pointing it now to the Tarantula Nebula, which is probably my favorite thing down there right now, and is the thumbnail of this video. Yeah, there are clouds here. No wonder. Let's see. I can, so no tarantula. I can do another Karina. Yeah, it's not going to be able to do this. Okay. There's clouds over the large Magellanic Cloud. Earth clouds over the Magellanic Cloud. But hopefully the Milky Way is a little bit clearer, and we're going to go to the, back to the Carina. Okay. Upping the exposure or gain is not helping with plate solve. Well, not when there's clouds. And you get this. It's at gain 140, so the unity gain for this QHY camera is 56. So 140 is almost 3 times the gain. So usually we don't have a problem. We don't have a problem with plate solving. But let's see what Carina looks like. There we go. Yeah, no clouds this way. This is a 15-second exposure, so it's about 3 times gain. Almost. Looks cool. Look at this. You can see the homunculus here. Whoa, too much. Yeah, I was saying earlier that the the internet is slow, so I still haven't gotten used to actions taking a second or two sometimes. So I sometimes overdo it. I'm only going to keep this live stream going for another 20 minutes-ish. Because that'll be around just before my son wakes up from his nap. So, but I'm just happy I was able to do something and show people. If anyone else has questions in the meantime, feel free to ask. I'm going to look at the poll. Hey, 2 people are from the Southern Hemisphere. So 23% out of 77%. So 2 out of 38, 2 out of 30 people. Is that how that works? Is that the math? Yeah, I think that's the math, right? Anyways, if you're from the Southern Hemisphere, let me know. Dashel Harry Ben. Hey, yeah, I'm so Southern Hemisphere. You're South African. Cool. You've been shooting Ettercarney also. Yeah, of course. Where do you have your telescope? This is also in South Africa. This is at the Kagakama Remote Observatory. I always call it Reserve Observatory, but this is in Kagakama. So, super nice. We're renting it. Southern skies, yeah, it's amazing. Just all the stuff that's there. I'm tired of galaxy season in the northern hemisphere now. You're the KwaZulu Natal, the south coast, Bortle 3, Bortle 2. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's got some beautiful skies there. Yeah, this is Kagakama Bortle 1. So before this rental, I actually have never imaged from Bortle 1 or Bortle 2. The darkest I've been to is Bortle 3, so this is nice. If you get a chance, do Cygnus Galaxy with H alpha focus. That'd be something, I bet. Yeah, this is a color camera, so we have limited control over when we shoot RGB and when we shoot H alpha. But let me the Cygnus galaxy. Why is there a Cygnus galaxy in the southern hemisphere? Are you sure it's a Cygnus galaxy? I'm googling it. A Cygnus galaxy is in the constellation Cygnus. Which is what we have access to up here. Do you mean Centaurus? Centaurus A? Yeah, Centaurus A is on our list. That's probably going to be a mid to late April target. There's so many things that we want to image down there. Centaurus is definitely on the list. Here, I'll show you. So if you look at our plan, we have, where's the galaxies? There's so many things. Nope, not that. There we go. Come on. Yeah, Centaurus A is on here. I have a whole bunch of hours. This is an RGB, and after we get RGB, I plan on doing a little bit of H alpha because I know there's some there. So it is a plan, but it'll be a couple months before you get to see it. The dragons of R are really nice. They are. We do have some exposures on that. Let me see. Not here. Let me pull it up on my computer. 1 second. The Fighting Dragons, 320, 321. Here you go. So this is in broadband, but here are the dragons. So I have plans to do this in narrowband as well. So that's in our pipeline for the next week or two. So I'm excited to see what that'll look like, and then hopefully we'll combine RGB with narrowband. But yeah, this looks pretty cool, right? Like the dark nebulosity here. I'm excited to get like true color stars. Also, thanks a bunch for the script. Recently found it in my. Oh sure, yeah, anytime. I'm glad it's helpful. More updates coming at some point. If there are opportunities to automate something, I will most definitely work on it. Like this thing. This rig here is mostly automated, thanks to Nina and the advanced sequencer and the target scheduler, which I didn't get a chance to really use until this project here. No reason to use it at home. Hey BC Astro, gotta do Dragons in Narrowband. Yeah, it's on my list. So this is we're running an OSC camera, so we're doing 2 weeks of narrowband and 2 weeks of OSC. So the last couple of weeks were OSC or RGB because new moon. So I got some RGB data, and then for the next week or two, it's closing. No. I just got the thing. Oh, that sucks. Oh yeah, there goes the roof. Yeah, Discord notifications get paused for me when I'm doing this. Okay, well, that sucks. I'm gonna let this continue because it'll still get about 7 minutes of data and get stacked on top of this. And then I'll start winding down the live stream because we can't. Oh, that sucks. It's supposed to be clear later tonight, so let's see. I'm looking up the weather. Oh man, yeah, the forecast changed. It's gone from partly cloudy. It went from mostly clear to partly cloudy to now mostly cloudy. So, damn, I don't think we're gonna get any more data tonight. Wait, no, that was from yesterday. Wait, it says it's clear with a few clouds, and then it got clear. Yeah, I don't know how to read forecasts. I was on the wrong day, but it's supposed to be clear. Oh, yeah, here's the scope. It's gone. Let me switch to the other camera. Let's look at the outside. Yeah, try in about 2 hours. Yeah, should. Yeah, so yeah, it's not too bad. You know, it's yeah, the clouds are probably up here, but I think they're moving away. So the clouds moved from this side to here, so it does look like there's some clearness coming up. And like it looks, so this looks really bright. It's getting brighter because the moonlight is coming out, and the camera itself is pretty sensitive. But yeah, look at that, it's so bright. It looks a little bit like daylight. About 15 seconds. We're gonna get one more exposure, and then I'll turn it off. Let's see what it looks like. I will say that the QHY camera does take a little bit longer than my ZWO camera to save frames, but it could actually be the mini PC itself. There you go. Not too bad. I mean, it counted. Hold on, I gotta turn this off. Turn off the sequence. There we go. Slow. Yeah, I got about an hour of streaming. Not bad. Better than last week. I tried last week. Couldn't even get situated. Okay, so I'm actually going to mark this as bad because the half of this frame isn't good. And if I go to live stack, Carina Nebula, there you go. Looks pretty good. It only stacked one. Yeah, I guess it didn't stack the second frame because of one reason or another. But anyways, not too bad. Not too bad. We've got the dragons there. Here's a Carina. Yeah, I will cut the stream off in about 3 minutes. So if anyone has any questions you want to ask, I am here for you. Checking the poll again. So it's 71% or 29%. Hey, I think that's 3 people. Maybe 4 people? 3 people? Yeah, 3 people. I need the calculator out. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. Okay, 30 people. 10 people? 10 people are from the Southern Hemisphere? Is that how that works? Why am I not better at math? yeah, yeah, absolutely. Feel free to tag me, post me, at me, whatever else is called. Let's see. Maybe I can show off something else to the people here. Something else we've been collecting data on. This is all RGB, but this is the running chicken nebula. Let me see if I have one from before. If I have a narrowband on this. So I'm looking forward to processing this because we have both narrowband and RGB data on this. So here you go. This looks off center. It's because it was. Here you go. This is better. Running chicken. Statue of Liberty. Yeah, we have Statue of Liberty. Yeah, if you watch my video that I posted last Friday, I have a processed version of Statue of Liberty, but let me show you. Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I have it right here. So here's the dual narrowband version here. And we recently just collected RGB data. Yeah, so here's Statue of Liberty and RGB. Man, I love the dark nebulosity all over. Let me pull up my finished version of the Statue of Liberty, which I'm not quite happy with. But here's Statue of Liberty. The colors are a little... I go back and forth with the colors. But this is what's in my video from last week. Matt says hard on 2 hours of sleep. But I did figure it out. There's 35 people, and then it says like times 0.29, not divided by. So it's about 10 people are from the Southern Hemisphere out of the 35 people who voted. Oh, thank you. I do like this one. My favorite is, it's the thumbnail for this video. It's the Tarantula Nebula. This, I'm like in love with this. It's just like, I know I overcooked some of it, but there's like the resolution, So this is full resolution. The colors on the clusters here. Like this nebulosity. I'm really, and we zoom out, we can see the large Magellanic Cloud. This is the galaxy itself that's going this way. If I can try Cat's Paw and Lobster Nebula. Yeah, so I have, those are both already in my plan. Let me confirm. I have too many windows open now. So if I go to my plugins, Equator, Hemexis Rexus. Indeed, it is Equator. What do I have? Cat's Paw. Here we go. Cat's Paw, look at that. Cat's Paw, Lobster Claw, 4-panel mosaic. It's in the plans. It's coming up now, so it starts slow. So this is, I'm going to turn this on at some point. It's currently off. So 37 people, 70 and 30. So about 11 people are from the Southern Hemisphere. Cool. Welcome everybody from the entire world. 3:15 p.m. for me. So, okay, 60 more seconds and then the stream is going off. I'll leave this up here. I'll ask again, anyone here from North America or somewhere else going to NEAF or NEAC in a couple weeks? The tarantula is so small. The S30, yeah, it is. It is small. I was actually surprised at how big it looked on this field of view here. It's kind of amazing. This and Carina Nebula, they're way bigger than I thought. this up. Pull these to the sides. There we go. I'll leave these up for 30 seconds, and then I shall close the stream. Huge thanks to everyone for showing up. If you are not in the Discord server, would love to have you. No obligation, but I'll post it in the chat. I hope to do more live streams from the Southern Hemisphere while sitting in the Northern Hemisphere. Hey Sean, my live stream was advertised on the biggest South African Astro WhatsApp groups. Whoa, that's cool. Welcome everybody there. Too bad we have to end because the roof is closed. And also my son's about to wake up in a few minutes, so. Thank you, Dashel, Harry, Ben. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, and last thing I'll mention before I go is that I'm going to be interviewing Sean, who's here, as well as Peter, who run KKRO in a couple of days. So anyone who has questions to ask them about a remote observatory management and everything else they know, feel free to send those questions my way. I will add them to the list. And with that said, thank you all. I hope you all have a good night and clear skies.